welcome to the Weekly Mag. Today we'll be talking with the sportswoman, traveler, translator, and teacher Alba Xandri. The soul-line singer Paula Valls, one of the greatest emerging voices in Catalonia, is going to visit our show. And talking of music, our reporter Hannah Becker has dared some Catalans to sing karaoke. Were they up to the challenge? This is the Weekly Mag, your TV show in English, hosted by Marcela Topor.
Hello and welcome. I hope you're ready to put your English to work. We've got some interviews, music videos, games, tips, and of course some fascinating words and facts brought by our collaborators Marius Serra, Hannah Becker, and Ana Priscila Magrinha. Welcome all.
Thank you.
And Marius today is going to reveal some more idioms. So, Marius, can't you give us a clue about which ones?
Yeah, maybe you have to look at me as a minister of fishing and agriculture.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we'll be talking about idioms harvested from Mother Earth. For instance, like fish and beans. Not chips, but beans.
Not fish and chips. Okay.
That's it.
All right, that sounds quite cryptic, I must say.
Yeah.
But that's Marius Serra for you. So talking of enigmas, we are hoping to hear the solution of last week's guesswork.
Yeah, let's remind the clue. The most playful insect in Great Britain. It was a 7 letters word. An insect, you have to think about it. Maybe you know it, don't tell us.
No idea this time.
Mum's the word, right? Say nothing.
Okay, mum's the word. You should write down that idiom and see where it comes from.
Okay, challenge accepted. We'll do that.
Okay, and this week Hannah's been out on the streets on what you might call a musical quest, right?
Yeah, definitely. I was on a quest, and I was looking for answers, but I was also looking for this.
Where I'm gonna sing the first part of a song and then you guys have to finish.
Before singing, we are doing some exercises.
I believe I can fly.
I believe.
I can do something else.
I believe I can.
Touch the sky.
That's amazing!
Yeah, so I was looking for people that were ready to sing with me, and I think you guys are maybe gonna have to do some singing later. So
Like this?
Really?
yeah, start licking your faces, guys. We're gonna do some singing.
Okay, well, we'll see about that. We're not going to be convinced to do that so easily. You must be really convincing. Let's start off words and facts with 5 incredible facts brought by Ana Priscila. 5 shocking truths that we don't know about things we thought we knew everything about. Like, for example,
Today we're gonna talk about a famous building. Is it gonna be La Sagrada Familia?
Wow.
Is it gonna be the Glorious Tower? Is it gonna be the first chiringuito in Sitges? Oh, my friends, maybe you would like that, but no. It's the Empire State Building, my friends.
okay,
You all
Hannah
know
will
which
know
one
it
is
very
it.
well, I suppose.
Yeah.
Been
Seen it.
there on the top?
Yeah, once actually.
Ah,
Nice. I've never been there, I have to say, but I've been doing my research, and it opened officially on May 1st, 1931, and President Herbert Hoover turned on the building's light with the push of a button from Washington, D.C. He could have gone there, but maybe he was busy that day. So let's go with the 5 facts about the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Fact number 1, Itzapa Tower was originally designed as a mooring mast for airships. Okay, you can see it in the picture because maybe you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Convinced that transatlantic airship travel was the future, the building's owner originally constructed the mast as a docking port for lighter than air dirigibles. The greatest question, the idea is really bizarre on itself, but the greatest question is like, how would passengers get out of the plane,
Good
you know?
question.
Skydiving,
Jumping.
Jumping, I don't know, yeah.
big
maybe.
trampoline, maybe.
The idea was to use an open air gangplank and everything would be fine. By the way, guys, would you ever get on a Zeppelin or would you be scared?
Only at Tibidabo. You know Tibidabo, which is just for children.
Yeah, goes around in circles.
Yeah, that's the only way.
But
Yeah.
that's a little plane, it's
Yeah,
not a
it's
Zeppelin.
not Zeppelin, in
I think
fact.
it's safer than a Zeppelin.
I think so.
You're not adventurous people, as I can see. Fact number 2. And as we're talking about inflatable things, an inflatable King Kong was attached to the building for the film's 50th anniversary.
Wow.
I'm sure you have all seen the movie and you remember the last scene. King Kong is grabbing the Empire State Building. There's a lot of airplanes around him. And in 1983, a balloon company wanted to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the movie, and they recreated an inflatable King Kong. It was 25 meters long.
25?
25. It cost $150,000, and they put it in the building. All of a sudden, there's a little hole, and it starts to get smaller, smaller. You can imagine the company like, this is not good publicity for us because it's a balloon company.
We make great balloons.
They tried to do it another day, and it happened the exact same thing. So
Oh no.
I bet it was someone in one of the offices that was like, this is blocking my sun, and they just like went through the window and stabbed it.
or maybe somebody from another company, that another balloon company that tried to hijack the whole thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe King Kong decided to be humble. So he made it small and small.
Yeah. Hannah, as for the building itself, the Empire State Building, as a New Yorker or from near New York, do locals go a lot to visit this building, or it happens a little bit like Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, which is visited mostly by tourists?
Yeah, I think it's more like Sagrada Familia. I hadn't gone until a couple of years ago when a friend from here came back with me to visit.
Oh, I see.
Right.
And luckily a family friend was working in the building at the time, so we had like this cool pass.
Oh,
Nice.
So that you could skip all the lines, and there were these lines and lines of tourists, and we were just like showing this pass, and it was like,
beep.
right this way,
Right,
like
right,
here's this elevator, here's this escalator. It was very cool. It felt very fancy.
Do you still know the person working there? Because maybe
I don't know if he still works there, but if he does, I'll let you guys know when
Yeah,
in like
that's-
2022 when you're allowed to go to
America.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of heights myself, but anyway, I'm sure it was a great experience. Okay, so shall we go on with more facts?
Okay, let's go to fact number 3. In 1979, a woman jumped off the 86th floor observatory in a suicide attempt because she survived.
That's hope.
That's hope.
Well, you see, it's not
She
that bad after all.
survived.
How?
A miracle.
A miracle. Some people say it can be a miracle. The thing is that the strong gust of wind blew her into another floor, and she just broke one hip. So
Did she blow through the glass, or did someone have a window open? Like that's
I don't
so
know. Can you
weird.
open the windows in there?
I imagine.
I don't know. I don't know. And you have to be careful, not just if you want to jump, which I hope you don't want to jump, but because when you are so high up, you know that there can be lightning. So fact number 4, the Empire State Building is struck by lightning an average of 23 times a year. Fortunately, for the people working inside it, like as your friend or your friend's friend, there is a lightning rod near the top. As you know, lightning does tend to strike the tallest building around, so the Empire State Building, thank God, is protected, because without any protection, the building could experience electrical fires as the current travels across the conductive materials that exist. You don't like heights, Marcella, but if you go to the Empire State Building, don't you worry about lightning. Okay.
Okay, I'll try not
Does it make
to.
you feel
I'll
safer?
try not- But I think, I suppose it's the same with all the tall buildings like that, no? Everywhere in the
Towers
world.
and-
They must be protected.
Yeah,
in this way.
they're prepared for that, I think. They have the lightning rods. Or they just send some guy they don't like up there and make him stand all day.
Come to me.
Yeah.
Light. I want light.
The little metal hat.
There's a lot of people working in the building, taking care of the building. And fact number 5 goes a little bit around here. Fact number 5, you might be relieved that you don't work as a window cleaner at the Empire State Building. Because, my friends, it has 6,514 windows.
Only,
So, I don't know if you do the cleaning at home, if you clean the windows at home, but
No, I
imagine.
work with Macintosh, no Windows.
You're,
Oh, the joke of the day.
yeah. I didn't know you were supposed to clean windows.
Oh, so. Because then it rains.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
you know,
No
like,
use, no
no, it
What
doesn't
for,
matter. If you want more information, I can tell you that from street level to the 103rd floor, there are 1,872 steps. Would you like to? You use the elevator when you went there.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're an intelligent person.
Because I had to pass.
I don't know if you're interested in climbing the building through the stairs, but just to let you know, there's a race up to the stairs.
Really?
Annual, yeah, you can compete there annually, and you have to climb the fastest you can. I live in a second floor. I already get tired in the second floor. I think I'm not ready for this race.
No.
No, steps
Okay,
at the
well,
gym.
no problem with
Just at the
that.
gym.
It's understandable. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you, Ana Priscila.
Thank you.
And now, from facts to words, that means over to Marius.
Yeah, today I have reaped or fished some idioms. If you want to know why I use these verbs, watch them.
An idiom that I like is there are other fish in the sea. That's like you can get other opportunities always.
So my favorite idiom is as you sow, so shall you reap, which essentially means that what you plant in your life is the fruit you'll get out of it. And it's my favorite because it reminds me that actually what I'm living in my life is a result of what I have put into it. So it just reminds me to put the things that I want to, that's all. So that's why I like it, yeah.
My favorite idiom would be spill the beans, because it's like telling a secret or explaining something spicy and interesting. So yeah, that would be it.
Well,
Good
Okay.
ones.
as you see, the first one was there are other fish in the sea. This is quite usual as a consolation when someone has lost a
I
girlfriend
hate it.
or
I
a
hate
boyfriend.
it. Yeah, well,
Well, I want a
show me,
shellfish.
show me.
I want that one. Okay, it's a very old idiom. It's been traced back to 1573, but I have found two other fishy idioms, even
Okay.
older. First one, to feel like a fish out of water.
Nice.
Do you feel it?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
My first day on set here, yeah.
Why I'm here? Well, this is a metaphor used by Chaucer at Canterbury Tales. The quote, the exact quote, is very nice. It's he says, "A monk, when he is cloisterless,
Yeah.
is like a fish that is waterless."
Oh.
So it's the same idea, but it comes from very, very, very
Nice.
old. Another one is a fish rots or stinks from the head down. Do you use that?
I
or-
never heard that
I
one
mean, the whole
before.
thing stinks to me. I don't
The whole.
I don't like fish.
Well, this is used for when an organization has got a crisis, and it starts with the leadership
Yeah.
from the head, so that this is a crisis coming from the head to down. This idiom sometimes is attributed to Erasmus. Erasmus, the original, not the student
Yeah.
making his life. No, the original Erasmus,
Yeah.
right?
Erasmus students study a lot and
A
they
lot,
don't party.
a lot.
I
Come
mean,
on.
especially here in Barcelona, they're doing a lot of studying.
We
Yeah.
all know that. So, but the original one wrote something about that. And even before, a Persian poet called Rumi, at the not the game, but the poet, at the 13th century, wrote, "A fish begins to stink at the head, not the tail." You can understand that metaphor, and it must be a very nice metaphor, but it's not true at all from a scientific point of view. This is not true, because if you get a fish out of the water and it starts sting, what stings first are the guts, not the head, right?
From the stomach.
Yeah, the stomach.
So
the
middle
guts.
management's really the problem.
That's it. It was just a question of metaphors, right? You can use it from now on.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, I've never used that one. I have used fish out of water.
Any fish?
Any
idiom?
fishy idioms?
Yeah, or just I mean, saying that something's fishy, like when something's kind of suspicious
Oh,
or
right.
weird, you'd be like, smells fishy to me. That or saying like, what's the other one? Oh, like sleeping with the fishes.
Sleeping with the
I've been
fishes.
watching The Sopranos, so I'm like very like
Sleeping with the fishes?
Sleeping with
yeah,
the
it's what they
fishes.
say like in the mafia of like, if you don't pay me back, like you'll be sleeping with the fishes.
With the fishes or with sharks?
Okay.
Like when they drown.
I'm gonna use that sentence.
Yeah,
I like it.
it's a good
That's nice.
threat. It's a fun one.
Yeah.
Okay. After fishing, let's go to Mother Earth.
Okay.
Beans.
Agriculture, right?
Okay.
Okay.
As you sow, he said, you shall reap. So your deeds, good or bad, will repay you in kind. In Catalan, we've got something very similar, tal faràs, tal trobaràs, which is quite moral, right? Because your deeds...
It's like the typical sentence your mom says,
Yeah.
tú sabrás, ¿no? Tal faràs.
Tal faràs, tal
Tal
trobaràs,
trobaràs.
right? This sounds quite biblical, and it is from the Bible.
Yeah. Okay.
In fact, it's Galatians, book number 6, in King James Version, says, "Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap."
Yeah.
So that's the
Sounds
idea.
very deep.
But if you want a good harvest, you need some water.
Yeah.
So there are lots of idioms talking about rain. For instance, a rainy idiom would be as right as rain.
Yeah.
Do you use that?
Yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah.
Okay, but
Right as rain.
it's new for me because it means it's okay, right?
Yeah.
It's
As
exact,
right as
it's
rain. Yeah.
okay. But I was making some search. I thought this must have been invented by a farmer because from his point of view he needs water, so he needs rain. And I looked, it's quite old, but just on the 20th century, in 1909, in a book, I found a sentence who has the virtue of having two idioms in the same sentence. It says, he looked fit as a fiddle or right as rain.
Yeah.
That's the same, but fit as a
Fit as
fiddle.
a fiddle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that alliteration again. I think so many of these sayings, right? It's just people find the words that sound
Clear.
you know, and it doesn't make sense, but it sounds pretty. Yeah.
Mesclar l'aigua. That's
Yeah.
clear the water.
Mesclar
can
l'aigua.
say, right? Okay, and a last rainy idiom would be, don't pee on me and say it's raining. But I'll make no comment about that.
That's very funny. I've never heard that one.
I mean, I don't like the image of it, but it's pretty clear what you mean when you say that one.
I think so, and we are used to.
Yeah.
Well, I quite like spill the beans, that is to divulge a secret, right?
Yeah, very, very nice. That one, spill, no secret about that, but why beans? Why not peas or anything, right?
Yeah,
Well, I have
question.
been making some research and nobody knows, but it would be nice because it's very, in fact, it's quite modern. But it
Just
would
make
be
it
nice.
up. If nobody knows it, just make it up.
Yeah, it could be related to ancient Greece, right? Because there was a voting system based on beans, black beans for negative vote, white beans for positive vote. So votes had to be unanimous at that time. So when someone spilled the beans, if someone opened the voting sack and he just looked at one black bean, they halted the whole election because it was not unanimous. I must say that my uncle Marius Roig, was a Carthusian monk, and Carthusian monks at Tiana, here very nearby, at Montalegre convent, they still use this voting system.
No way.
To get the admission of new monks. So when I was a child, and he was alive, I had seen with my eyes this box with white beans and black beans, and it was like a game for me, right?
Okay.
Are there any other sayings or idioms with beans?
I found to be a bean counter.
Oh.
What would you think about someone telling you, you're a bean counter?
Is that what you call an accountant? Like, is someone who's does the numbers and...
Yeah,
someone who is very meticulous, maybe?
That's it. Too much, too meticulous, maybe. Because he's
exaggerated.
Perapunyetas,
Right?
Perapunyetas,
maybe in Catalan, perapunyetas. No? It's pejorative by now, but it used to be. It comes from the States, from America. At the first,
come on, they probably copied from somewhere else.
Maybe, but the first thing was that initially it was just a counter where the beans were counted. Because when you have just a counter, but then it was literal. Then there was a machine that counted. So a bean counter was the machine that counted beans to pay for the agriculture, right?
I was going to say, why would you want to count beans?
Yeah, because you bought beans and you have to know if not by kilos but one by one.
It's like, hello, I would like 30 beans.
Yeah, that's it. You can imagine that's Mr. Bean, particularly.
Okay, let's go to modern times with Hannah for a bit of music this time. So what exactly did you ask people this time?
Yes, I was asking people about the classic Japanese art of karaoke.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
I love karaoke so much. It's been around for decades. People are still doing it. I mean, I guess maybe not now with restrictions, but yeah, people were really into it. I don't know if they were as into it as I was, but
last time you went to Granollers. Where did you go this time?
I was in Vilanova i la Geltrú.
Wow.
Is that where you're from?
My mother.
Ah, your mother's from there, yeah. It's really beautiful.
Nice.
I'd only ever been to the train station, so it was nice to walk around and see the plaza and get to meet some people. I mean, some people were pretty good. Other people, you know, not as much. But we had a lot of fun, so yeah, let's watch.
Yeah, let's have a look.
As something of an avid singer myself, I love to flex my vocal cords at a karaoke bar. It's a lot like doing stand-up comedy, but singing. I've had the time of my life. So I'm here in Vilanova i la Geltrú to see if some people will share the stage with me and sing their hearts out. Have you ever done karaoke before?
Karaoke is just a kind of a fun way to get together with your friends, have drinks, have fun.
What's your signature karaoke song?
Hey Mickey.
Hey Mickey,
You're so fun, you blow my mind. Hey Mickey. Hey Mickey. Exactly.
That's a jam. Oh, that's a good one.
Like a singing bird and a croaking toad. I've got a name. I've got a name. I've got a name. I've got a name.
Maybe I look like a rock star. But actually, I'm quite shy singing.
It's a beautiful day.
So do you have any Pakistani music that you could recommend to me?
Rishan Rokri. Hai hai judai hai.
When you're there, everything is normal because you're part of the weird guys.
It's just like when people sing bad.
Yeah.
I really think that's a shame, no?
Yeah.
Like, why do you sing if you can't?
In my head, I'm really good.
It hurts my ears.
Yeah.
What's a karaoke song that you think is too hard that you never would sing?
Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart.
I love that one.
It's the hairbrush song, as we used to call it, you know? It's like heartbreak and get it all out, but you know, you really got to belt. Every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now and I need you. She knows it, eh?
Oh, I love this song. Oh.
I mean, gosh, you're making me want to go out and have a karaoke right now.
Let's go. First I was afraid, I was petrified.
Kept thinking I could never.
Oh, that's such a good song. Oh, come on, that's classic karaoke.
I will survive.
Yeah. You don't know the right words?
No, sorry.
Weird place to hold your phone. I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Mirror?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
It's not a quiz, it's like you have to fill in the
I
gaps.
forgot the words, yeah.
Starting me in the rhythm.
Michael Jackson, no, I can't dare.
I don't dare touch the Prince of Pop.
I'm looking for something Michael Jackson.
I made it through the wilderness. You know I made it through. Yeah.
And the na, that's Madonna, and I can't remember the words. Virgin.
Woo!
Which was the very first time.
Amazing.
Virgin.
I'm seeing Madonna in front of me right now. It's incredible. So what do you usually do when you're singing along to something and you like can't remember the words to a song? Like
Something like blah, 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 blah.
My friend used to say, she goes, you just got to do the one shoe if you don't know. One shoe. Works every time.
Every time. I want to dance with somebody.
Ooh, I need somebody.
More than something.
Wow. People here in Villanova definitely put a lot of heart into their singing. So after COVID's all over, I'm going to take them all out to karaoke and maybe get some singing lessons for some of them.
You had lots
Nice.
of fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
And a great voice. Also,
Yeah, well, she has a
which I
great
didn't
voice.
know.
Stop it.
And also, lots of people with great voices in Villanova.
Yeah,
right?
some of them were very good singers. One of
Were
them,
they like professional singers or something?
One of them was,
Yeah, who?
the Canadian woman was. It has a band, so.
Okay, that explains
Yeah.
it.
At first, she was like, "No, don't make me sing," and then I was like, "You're gonna sing."
You want to.
And we ended up singing, Total Eclipse of the Heart together. So it was great. But what about you guys? Do you?
It was sunny.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. Oh. Do you guys like doing karaoke? Are you?
I love it, I have to say.
Yeah. What's your signature song? And just sing it. Don't even say the name of the song.
Wonderwall.
Go.
No. Are you making Today was gonna be the day, but they never come back to you. Yeah, that's it.
Classic.
I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you.
That could get you in trouble at some open mic nights, though, because it's everyone does it though.
Are you saying that I'm not an original person? that's what you're implying.
Well, Anna Pris sings a lot.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I heard you on the radio a couple of times. You did a great job.
Ooh.
Yeah, so...
and you wanting me
you
to
could-
sing here because I have a great
Actually,
voice.
you won a contest, right?
I did win a contest because the other ones were awful.
I think you're very modest.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
maybe
Thank
you
you.
can sing something
I
today.
think Marcella's trying to butter you up to help me get you guys to sing
Yeah,
along
that's
with me
right.
a little bit. Are you guys ready?
I usually sing.
Are we done with this? Can we?
No time. At the shower.
You sing, yeah.
No, I mean when I sing,
It
you've got
rains.
showers, right?
Oh.
It rains.
This was a new thing that I learned because while we were filming this, I was singing something and some guy walks by and goes like in Catalan like something like, oh, I think it's raining or something, and I was like, what? It's very sunny. I don't know what you're talking about. And I was informed that it's because my singing was not good in that moment, and then I cried and then I got over it and then I kept doing the show.
Well done. Well done.
But yeah, don't distract me, okay? I want to sing with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. What do you want us to sing?
Whatever you
Come
want.
I think
on.
first we need to do some warm-ups, right?
Okay.
like la 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 la.
La 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 la.
Yeah, ba 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 la 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 la. Yeah, you guys are great.
Oh my
That was-
gosh.
That's
I
all
love
you need to
Sister
warm up.
Act. I love Sister Act.
I love that lyrics. La la la
Yeah,
la. I must
very
remember
deep.
that. Very deep.
Yeah, just
And
very
thoughtful.
Doobie doobie doo.
Yeah, that's a good one. The doobie doos.
Oh, be do. To be or to do.
Yeah.
Doobie doobie doo.
Wow, it's like
Marius doesn't
Shakespeare.
want to sing.
Again, you guys are distracting me. So okay, I'm gonna do what I was doing with these lovely people in the street. I'm gonna start singing.
I'm really bad with
No,
lyrics.
you guys are gonna be great. Okay, I'm gonna start singing. This one's easy because it was in the video.
I'm not
okay.
In the video.
So
I'm
like,
not here.
oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna
But
feel the heat
Let's
with
go, let's go.
somebody.
Somebody.
I wanna dance
Wanna
with
dance with
somebody. Yeah.
Somebody
With somebody.
who loves me.
Yeah.
I don't know the lyrics.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, that was great. I see Marcella's like,
Well, I'm
Playback.
trying.
Playback.
I'm trying.
Playback.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, what about, this is a Beatles classic.
Beatles.
Yeah, you're like, I'm in,
Yeah,
let's go.
that's-
All right.
I'm a boomer.
Love, love me do.
You
know I love you.
Will always be true.
Yeah.
So please
Let me do.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
that's the song of the
Marcella.
year when I was born.
You're not
Right.
singing.
I'm making a fool of myself, so I
Oh my
hope no
God.
one's watching.
Welcome to my world. This is all I do is make a fool of myself
Thank
for you
you.
people
But you're a
out there.
comedian.
Okay.
We're serious people.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
totally. You guys are super
Yeah.
serious. All right, let's go to one of my favorite karaoke songs.
Okay.
Which is Oh no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to give.
Yeah.
I've got all my love to give. Now we'll survive.
I
will survive. Oh, yeah.
And then we got to do like a disco dance break.
I'm sweating.
Marcella, come on, let's go. Disco dance break. Let's go. No, okay.
No, but
Okay.
then what you have to do is no, 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 That's the end
That's it.
of the disco night.
That's
And a
like
conga.
end?
A
Yeah.
conga. I can dance
La
a
conga
conga.
de
Yeah,
Jalisco.
De
but you,
Calypso.
you bring that song to a karaoke bar, you shut it down. Oh, it's the best. People go nuts.
We cannot do that.
I think you should do a session just yourself with Anna Priscilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because me and Marius, I think we are more, people of words. We like to talk about
Intellectuals.
the origin.
We'll make the lyrics and you do the
You
music.
just read Shakespeare all the time.
Well, actually, I was thinking about the origin of the word karaoke.
I
you know,
love you make
because-
that idea.
Exactly. I just tried to change the subject,
I love it. So I made
with
some
stuff I feel more
search and-
comfortable with.
Yeah, reading Murakami, I thought it must be Japanese.
Yeah.
And it is a Japanese word. It's a sort of portmanteau,
Yeah.
which means
Oh yes,
compound.
we love portmanteaus.
I love
That's it.
portmanteau.
Kara, which is two words together, empty. Kara is empty. And okesutora, I don't know if I pronounce it well, the other part, means orchestra. So, karaoke sutora, and then with abbreviation just karaoke, means with no orchestra,
empty
orchestra.
They
Because
are so poetic.
Yeah.
yeah,
Japanese
that's a machine
people.
and your voices, your
love
great
that.
voices. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This has been fun. But this brings us to the guest word brought every week.
I want to keep singing. I want to keep
Brought
singing.
every week by Marius Serra.
Well, I could sing it if you like,
Yeah,
but
sing the guest
it was the most playful insect in Great Britain.
The most playful insect in Britain.
That's it.
Brilliant,
7 letters.
brilliant. I think you have a really bright future ahead of you as a singer, right? I mean, she's great.
But the solution was
I'm not gonna sing it because I don't know it as usual.
Yeah, I have no idea.
no, that's baseball, but in British baseball. Cricket.
Oh,
That's it.
well done, well done, excellent.
like playful,
Cricket,
like a game.
indeed.
Oh, that's
Because
brilliant.
the cricket is the insect that makes that noise, especially at night. Crick, 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 crick. That's and cricket is
Yes.
that's strange baseball that I never understood its rules, but it's prior to baseball. That's more
Yeah.
sophisticated, maybe, but with
Cricket.
bats and balls.
I would
and all
have
that.
never gotten there.
Okay, and we also have an
Yeah.
enigma for today.
A real new one, new brand one, very easy, the easiest one in the world. Don't tell, please, but it is a digital home for a spider. 3 letters. A digital home for a spider. 3 letters.
That one's pretty
Okay,
easy.
Yeah.
that was very short indeed, and I suspect some of you have already guessed it. But don't say anything. If you do know the answer, you can post your solution in our social media profiles. We'll have the solution next Saturday. Until then, we have to say goodbye to Marius, Hannah, and Anna Priscilla. Thank you so much for words
Thank you.
and effects, and I'll see you soon next time. And now if you want to improve your English, here are a couple of recommendations for you. Let's check it out.
Americana is the story of a Nigerian girl who travels all the way from Lagos to New York to study at university. Americana is also the story of a woman, Ifemelu, who discovers that she's black once she sets foot on American soil. Not that this lady didn't know that she was black, but the implications of being black in America are not the same as being black in a country where everybody else is black too. A very interesting issue indeed. To me, though, the most interesting part of the book is the posing of the question, can one keep a relationship across countries and through time? What do you think? Read Americana.
They don't do movies like this anymore. That's what we say when we talk about classic Hollywood films from the 30s and the 40s. And the Philadelphia Story is a good example. It's a sophisticated comedy with a divorced socialite from Philadelphia who is going to marry again when her ex-husband reappears along with plenty of trouble. This was a Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer production, which was a company that, as used to be said, had more stars than there were in heaven, which in this case is true enough. Take note, the director is George Cukor, the producer Joseph L. Mankiewicz, and the actors are Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, and James Stewart, who won an Oscar. What more can you ask for?
There are many people who decide to travel around the world pedaling. Today's guest is one of them. Don't miss our chat with the top sportswoman Alba Xandri.
Welcome back. Parkour can look like a simple game for young people who entertain themselves by jumping over obstacles in the street. But for the professionals of this discipline, this practice comes with a whole philosophy of self-improvement. And Giovanni Pugliese is the head coach of one of the most important training centers in the whole of Catalonia. And we invite you to discover this extreme sport in depth.
My name is Giovanni Pugliese. I'm personal trainer and sport coach. I'm Italian. I'm an extreme sports polyathlete. Sport like skydiving, snowboard, kitesurf and free climb. I travel a lot around the world in my life, and I have spent the last 15 years to study and looking for new training methods. At the moment, I'm head coach in Urban Jungle Barcelona. We built this facility with the idea of the professional parkour school in the United States. In this country, for example, already use parkour like a training method, for example, for train the US Army, the firemen, policemen, and also parkour is teaching in schools, like physical education. We try to spread this concept in Europe. We try to teach to the kids, to young guys, adults, the correct training methods, not just for parkour, because here we teach calisthenics, fusion martial arts, animal movement, in other disciplines. The values of parkour are so simple: respect, humility, and overcome. Parkour is come back at the childhood, but with another point of view. If you ask it to anybody, what is the difference between playing football or practicing football in a professional school? Everybody knows the answer. But if you ask to anybody what is the difference between playing parkour or training parkour in a professional school, nobody can answer you because there are no references about this. Parkour is not dangerous. In irresponsible practice to be dangerous. I train all my life parkour. Since parkour have no name, we need to, with the social network, with the internet, with the technology, in the modern times, we use really less our body. Practice these sports is for my benefits, not just money, it's emotional benefit and physical benefit.
Life has many twists and turns, but in the case of our next guest, it has not been a case of twists or turns, but whole miles. After finishing her translation and interpretation studies, she decided to concentrate fully on sport, a lifelong dream that has been turned into two different projects, a book about a trip around the world and a magazine dedicated to women's sports. Her name is Alba Xandri. Well, Alba, it's a pleasure to have you here today with us. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, the pleasure is mine too.
Okay, well, your CV, your curriculum is quite impressive. There are so many sports that you've been practicing: duathlons, triathlons, Ironmans, downhill skiing, ultra trail cycling. That's a lot. It's very amazing. So, do you think they have something addictive in them? Once you start practicing them, you become addicted to them?
Yeah, I think they are addictive, and I mean, you start with one sport and then you want to try another one and another one.
So you started with?
I started with running and cycling. When I was a teenager, I used to practice both sports.
Right, and then you continue with more. Yeah. And in spite of all this, you're not a professional athlete. You work as a teacher. Why is that?
That's it. Well, it's quite difficult to be a pro athlete, especially if you are a woman in this country, here in Catalonia or in Spain. It's different, for example, if you live in the States. I have some friends, female friends who have the same level than me, and they could make a living of a sport.
Really?
Yeah, I think we need more commitment from institutions and from the society itself here. Yeah.
When is it that you start to practice sport like that? Because you studied translation interpretation, right?
Exactly,
Which has nothing to do with sports. But when you finish your degree, you decide to have a break, right? And to dedicate yourself fully or almost fully to sport. When was that, and why did you take this decision?
Yeah, when I finished my studies, because I didn't have enough time to practice a sport and to compete while I was studying, because translation studies require quite a lot of time and dedication. So when I finished, I took a year off and I went a year in New Zealand, and there I started to run more and to cycle, and then I took part in a half marathon, and everything started there. That was around 2001, but it wasn't until 2007 that by then I was already into triathlon, and that year I took a year off, and I could say that I was competing as a pro, but it was only a year, because if you're not the top of the top, it's quite hard. Yeah.
Okay, and then you moved on to other sports as well, such as skiing?
Yeah, well, my story is that I spent 12 years of my life competing in triathlon, but as I said, I was working, training, and competing at the same time. So after those 12 years, I decided that I had enough. I was mentally and physically tired. And then, because I love sports and I love outdoors, in fact, it's my lifestyle, I thought that, I mean, I kept on doing them. I kept on cycling, I kept on skiing, I kept on swimming. And one day I was in a competition. It was a mountain running competition, and the Catalan Federation saw me. And that's why I started again, being part of a team, and they took me to the World Championship. So I didn't want to, but I was in the right place at the right time, maybe.
Obviously, you are very fully prepared to practice all these sports. But what about psychologically? How do you prepare psychologically for such a big adventure?
Well, I always say that I'm addicted to challenges. So you need to be physically prepared, of course, but you also train on the way, mentally and physically, because you encounter some situations that you never thought before that you would find on your way. So it's a matter to be strong on the way, I would say.
As a result of your passion for sports, for cycling and travel in particular, you published a book, which we have here, and also it was made into a documentary, La Magia dels Pedals. The photographies are by Ricard Calmet, your partner,
Yeah, that's it.
right? What is this book about?
Well, I traveled during 3 years around the world on a bike together with Ricard. We were in 42 countries. We cycled 55,000 kilometers. But anyway, I always say that numbers are numbers. And what I'm trying to explain on that book is the experiences we have, the encounters with people we had. So it's not a guidebook at all. It's different experiences and different emotional things we had on the way.
Okay. So you visited 41? How many
40,
countries?
41, 42, depending.
Right. Before visiting these countries, I guess you had a certain idea about them, and then I guess often these ideas changed. Do you have any anecdotes or any I don't know, experiences that you lived and changed you?
Yeah, well, in
completely.
fact, you have a lot of preconceptions before going to some countries. For example, I think we need to talk about Iran. To us, it was an amazing country with amazing people. And before going there, because we left home and it was on our way to China, so we entered Iran from Turkey, and then we were going to Albania. So we were cycling on the north part of Iran, and we had a visa for 1 month. And there it was quite amazing because during our trip we have been trying to sleep in our tent as much as we could, but in Iran it was almost impossible. And it wasn't because it was dangerous, because before going there our family and friends were telling us, "Are you crazy? They're going to kill you. Yeah, they're going to kill you there. You shouldn't be going to these dangerous countries." And I said, "No, Iran is safe." And it was so safe that every night we were trying to pitch our tent, someone was coming and they were inviting to stay with us. So yeah, we met a lot of people. They didn't speak any English.
So you stayed with them basically?
Yeah, exactly. Having dinner with them, and yeah, it was an amazing experience.
So you would highlight the hospitality of the people in Iran?
There are many countries. I mean, yeah, Turkey was great too. Yeah, many countries.
I guess that the fact that you studied interpretation and translation helped you in this journey, right?
Yeah.
Or not necessarily, because you said that in Iran they didn't speak the language.
No, I mean, body language is the most important thing you need to have, because sometimes you spend hours with the family and they don't understand a single word of English, you don't speak their language. So body language is incredible how you can communicate.
Have you made any friends?
Oh yeah. We always say that we like to do a second around the world trip to visit them again. Yeah.
Do you have a place in particular that you liked so much you would have liked to settle there, to live there, or stay longer maybe?
Yeah, that's a question that many people have asked us, and I keep on saying that where I live right now is the place where I want to live. Maybe because I live in Alba, and I guess it's because I love outdoors, and from the door of my house I can cycle, I can run, I can go for a trekking, I can go skiing. So to me, Albergada is still a spoiled place where yeah, I like it a lot.
Right now you work as a teacher in a high school. What do you teach?
Yeah, I teach languages. I teach French and a bit of English. So I work with teenagers, yeah.
All right, and you also, apart from this book, you started another project that doesn't require as much physical effort, but another kind of effort. It's a magazine, it's called the Sorora Magazine. It's a publication about women's sports, something very important. It's co-produced with Laura Roca, and it demands more visibility for women in sports.
Yeah.
And maybe not just in sports. Tell us about this project and how is it going?
Well, now we're struggling a bit because of the corona situation,
Yes.
as many people.
Like many people, yes.
Yeah, Sorora is a non-profit association. So we thought that the best way to make sport women visible in Catalonia was through a magazine. That's why we decided to publish it. It's
It's in print or it's also online?
It's print. Only print. We're a little bit romantic in that sense.
Okay.
So that's why now, after 4 numbers, we have decided to stop for 6 months and to rethink a little bit about this project, because we knew from the beginning that we wouldn't make any money out of it. I mean, it's a non-profit association, but right now we're losing money. So that's why we need to rethink if we go to the digital version or if we have both. But we're quite happy with all the critics and everything, and we have reached to many people that we never thought we would reach. So we are happy with the result.
Okay, are you planning to reinforce the visibility of women just in sports or in just any walks of life?
Well, in Sorora we are working only in a sport. But we don't work only with professional. I mean, we work to anyone who loves outdoors, who loves nature, who loves being active. So, or even if you like to read a nice story about an adventure from your sofa, it's okay. Yeah.
All right. At the moment, how much of your time do you still dedicate to sport? You still, when you finish your classes, do you still have the time and energy to do triathlons or go skiing or running?
I'm competing less and less now, but yeah, I have to say that I'm addicted to outdoors. So even if I finish late, I try to find some time to cycle or to run or to go up to the mountain, and if there's snow, to ski a little bit. So every day I'm trying to do something.
Okay, sounds good. Well, in a moment we'll be joined by our contributor, the journalist Olga Vallejo, to talk about some outstanding women in sports. But before that, here is an opportunity to improve your English with a language tip about some alternatives to the verb to see. Let's check it out.
Hi. So, I imagine lots of you have told stories, anecdotes, or you've had to explain something to somebody and you're using the word see. Okay, I saw this, I saw that, I saw the other, I will see this, and I will see that. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of alternatives that you can use instead of the word see. The first one we have is to notice. You can notice somebody or something. You had grand plans to go to the cinema, you arrive at the cinema and you notice that there's a huge queue to get to the place to buy the tickets. And you're like, okay, I'm going to put this off until next week. The next one would be to take a glimpse, and that is to see something like unexpectedly. So imagine you're walking in the mountains, picking mushrooms, and suddenly you see a glimpse of a fox in the distance. Something very unusual, probably. So that is something that you would see and not expect to see it. The next one would be to spot. Now, to spot is to see something that was probably difficult to see. And we use it in games such as Spot the Difference. You might have these books, no? Where it says, okay, spot the 7 differences between this picture and this picture. All right? And the last one is an idiom, to lay your eyes on something or someone. The first time I laid my eyes on my English teacher, I fell in love. And of course, this happens all the time.
I'm moving slow. And later on our show, don't miss the musical interview and the performance of one of the best Catalan voices today, Paula Valls. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. We're chatting with Alba Xandri, a sportswoman, traveler, translator and teacher. And now let's introduce our contributor, Olga Vallejo, into the conversation. Hello, Olga. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
So, what have we got today?
Well, nice to meet you, Alba. Alba
Nice to meet
Xandri,
you.
she's very versatile. And she mentioned in 2019 you co-founded the magazine Sorora and Women's Sports, a magazine which claims to make women more visible and properly recognized in the world of sports. And today I would like to talk about women, true pioneers who paved the way for the following generations, and in this case, women athletes. For example, Blanca Fernández Ochoa, the first Spanish skier to win an Olympic medal. And in an interview, she said that women were still in 1992 being discriminated against in sports. And currently, Núria Pau, she's a Catalan skier, the best Spanish skier. He will take part in 2022 Winter Olympics, but it seems that she's an exception. Have things changed almost 30 years after Blanca's medal?
Luckily, yeah, many things have changed, but I would say that we still have a long way to go. If we compare to other countries, before, I was talking about the United States, we are far behind. I mean, there's a long way to go.
Okay, well then, if I say Catherine Switzer, many people will know that she's the first woman to officially run a marathon. We have all seen the black and white image, she running and a man race coordinator pushing her. He tried to remove her beat, the 261. But if I say Roberta Gibbs, better known as Bobby, I think she was in Sorora, in a special number.
Both of them.
Okay, then, Bobby, she was the first woman to run a marathon clandestinely in 1966, just 1 year before Catherine. When Bobby was 24 years old, she had been training for 2 years to participate in Boston Marathon in her hometown. Then she went to register for the marathon, and then she received a letter telling her that the marathon could be only run by men.
Okay, surprise, surprise. Right?
Yes, but despite the letter, she decided to go for a run, and other participants told her that they would support her until reaching the goal. And now there are a lot of runners, women runners, but mostly amateurs. What do you think we need in order to have more professional women athletes? Maybe models to look up to, sponsors, an industry that is committed to women's sports?
Well, we need many things, but the first thing I would say, we need more media coverage, because I don't know right now, but in 2018, only 4% of the media coverage was about female sport, so it's quite low. And then you're talking about role models, and we need them. In Sorora, we are trying to do that, to find role models, but not role models who live in 1,000 km away from here. We need role models locally speaking. For example, in the high school, we need a role model, or in our town, or even in our family. We need to have close role models. It's very important.
Right, well, sadly, we recently read that 25-year-old Australian professional biker, Shani Pinfold, announced she had retired from competition, citing mistreatment and lack of respect for her as a woman as her reasons, but these were the most important reasons why she quit. So do you think there is some sort of underground, hidden sexism that only comes to light when a career comes to an end, like in this case?
Yeah, sure.
It was recently in the media, so we must have heard about her case.
During this year and a half with Sorora, we have been trying to interview some pro athletes, female pro athletes, and they didn't want to talk, and we knew that there was something behind. But we had the chance to talk to a professional female cycling team, And yeah, we were talking for 2 hours, and I think those girls felt comfortable with us. So they explained us a lot of things. But then when we end up the interview, they asked us not to publish what they had been saying. And it's because, well, it's very easy. I think it's because they have the fear to lose the sponsors or even to be kicked out from the team. So there's a lot of, there's a lot of it going on in many teams.
It is so sad. It is really sad.
Yeah.
Have you experienced any situations like that, similar situations?
Well, yeah. For example, when it comes to the prize money, I've been competing in some mountain races where the amount of money that you get if you are a man or a woman, if you win, it's completely different. So it's like, come on, we are in the 21st century, and we are doing the same race, the same case, exactly the same competition, but if you are a woman, you get less money, for example. Yeah.
And how is this justified?
It's difficult. To me, it's difficult to be justified, but what the organizers say sometimes is that because there are less women competing, then that's why they give less money. That's some of the things they normally say.
Yeah, that's totally unfair.
Yeah.
Yes, well, now let's go to travel. 1894, Annie Londonderry got married and 3 children, but then she accepted a $10,000 bet and cycled around the world. She started with a woman's bike, which weighed almost 20 kilos and dressed in a skirt, but soon after she changed her skirt for pants and her bike for a man's bike that weighed as a half. To what extent do you think education is important to promote women's sports?
Well, it's basic, I would say. I work as a teacher in a high school, and in all the high schools we try that this is part of the education, but I would say that what we need to do is not only in the PE subject, we should do it as a mainstream in all the subjects. And the education itself should be taken into everyone's house as well, not only in the schools and higher schools. Yeah. Well, and I would like to add that here, Londonderry, I don't know, maybe you know about that, but when I read the book, I was surprised that she took the last name from a sponsor.
Yes,
so can you imagine me being called Alba Specialized or Alba Cannondale? So I think we have been, we have at least gone a little bit forward in that sense.
Do you think that there is also a problem in the fact that sometimes or often boys are encouraged to appear brave and adventurous, and girls are encouraged to be delicate and careful and so on?
Yeah, I'm quite optimistic that this has changed a lot, I would say, in the last 10, 15 years. It has nothing to do, when I was a kid or right now, and I can see it through my eyes because I'm in a higher school. So, yeah, it has changed. Yeah.
Well, that's a good news.
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
Yes.
at least something.
And despite everything, there are women that break stereotypes and show that they can make history. For example, in 2010, Edurne Pasapan became the first woman to climb 14 peaks over 8,000 meters. The swimmer Mireia Belmonte is Olympic, European, and a world medal, and she has 5 world records. And Laia Sanz is a motorcycle race, and she has countless awards. For example, could it help to broadcast women's sports? I mean, could that be the way to increase the fan base, for example?
Yeah, sure. It's what I was saying before, that in 2018 only 4% of the broadcasting about the sports was for female women, well, for female sports. So it was very low. So yeah, and there's, apart from broadcasting, I think social media. It's very important too.
Okay, today we are doing our job.
Exactly.
Well, let's end up by talking about money. Serena Williams, one of the best tennis players of all time, has claimed salary equalization between men and women athletes, and some players in the United States women's soccer team claim the same when they realize that they've been playing 40% less that men's soccer team, their partners. And maybe you remember, you talked about prizes before. In 2019, the winners of the Asturias Squash Championship, they received a vibrator and a hair removal kit as a prize. Yes, then they changed, but it was the first prize.
Yeah, no comment.
Could the salary equalization between female and male athletes be a good bet for enhancing female sports?
Yeah, sure, because there's a lot of women who are they are training, competing, having kids, working. So as a woman, you cannot reach the same level than a man if you are doing all those things. It's different if you are a man and you are focusing on training and on competing. And also, I think it's very important that we bear in mind that there are some minority sports as well. And in those minority sports, the salary difference is even bigger.
For example?
For example, a squash that they receive this kind of prizes. We shared this story on Instagram through Sorora, and we got so many comments. And the funny thing was that not all of them were positive.
Right.
So we got some comments like, "That's all right. So why we shouldn't be doing that?" Or like, "What?
What's the problem?" Right?
Yeah. So we need to work. Yeah, institutions need to commit themselves, but also society. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we'll finish today's interview with a surprise, a question for you, a surprise question for you, Alba, from our last guest who didn't know who was coming today. She is the actress Catherine Vankova, so let's hear what she asked you.
Hello, my name is Catherine Vankova. I'm an actress, and I have a question for you. If you have to prepare a homemade pizza, what song would you put as a soundtrack of the cooking moment? That's it.
Oh my God, that's the toughest question of today. Yeah, maybe I like Adele, you know, so I like her songs. So one of her songs, I would say.
Okay. Yeah. It's a great answer. So Alba, before we go, we'd like to ask you if you're preparing another journey, like maybe not like this 3-year journey, but a similar one. I don't know, now with the COVID, it's quite difficult. Maybe afterwards, you have any plans?
Yeah, we're always planning, to be honest. And yeah, you are right that with all this corona situation, it's hard to plan, but we keep on dreaming, and we always say that during our 3-year trip, we didn't go to Africa. So one of our dreams is one day to cross Africa from north to south. We'll see if it happens, but we're planning and we're dreaming.
And how long would that take, ideally?
Well, ideally, as long as I could. But we know some friends, a friend who did it, and he did it in 7 months. So I think that, 10 months, a year, if we could, it would be enough.
Okay, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you so much for coming today. This has been a really interesting talk. We discovered an outstanding sportswoman and traveler. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck with everything. Thank you, Olga. Until next time as well. And next, we'll talk about music with a singer from Manlleu who started her relationship with music at a very young age, when she was just 5 years old. She has released an EP and 2 albums and said bye-bye to 2020 with a beautiful Christmas song and a song for a film soundtrack. Let's discover a bit more about Paula Valls and the project she's working on. Paula, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Well, we have so much to talk about, but let's start with your Christmas song. For last Christmas, you wrote a song, a Barcelona song, and it was the first time you were doing something like that.
Yeah.
Tell us about Es Nadal, the name of the song.
this song was my present. I mean, it was
your Christmas present.
Yeah, it was a present to work with people I had never the opportunity to work with before, and it was a present because I never thought I would write a jingle, because I have to say I'm not really fan about Christmas songs, so that was an opportunity to make my song and to make it my way, and I don't know.
In your style, right?
Yeah.
What inspires you when you write songs, when you compose?
Life and what happens to myself. I try to speak about people, to speak about little stuff that happens every day. That inspires me.
You've also composed a song for the film La Vampira de Barcelona, which has been nominated for the Gaudí Awards, and I think it was also your first time you were composing a song for a film.
Yeah.
Tell us about the experience.
It was so cool, and it was so cool because I had the opportunity to work in Catalan. My music is almost in English, and in my last album there's only 2 songs in Catalan, and that was an opportunity for me to show a composition in Catalan, and it was so nice to do it because I composed it in the last quarantine days, so it helped me a lot with that.
So a first-time song, in this case a Christmas song, a song for a film, a new haircut also. So quite a lot of changes in your life.
Yeah, because this quarantine this year, it's been to reorganize my life and trying to think what I really wanted to, because I started this project, my music project, when I was so young, and I feel like I've never stopped and I've never tried to think if this is what I really wanted to, and this is what I really wanted to show and to say. And this year for me has felt like a personal growth, and I'm trying to reorganize my music, I'm trying to reorganize myself, and I wanted to show a different Paula, so that's what I am now.
Sounds good. Well, let's talk about your career. You released your first EP when you were only 17 years old, which is quite young, but not that young considering the fact that you started music when you were just 5, right? So when do you actually decide that you want to devote your career just to music?
I felt that I never did that decision when I released my first album, because this first album was like a game. Someone came and someone told me that I could write some beautiful songs, so we recorded that, and I didn't expect anything about that album. When I had to maybe do that decision was in the first, in the I Am, the last album I released. Then I was really conscious about the project, and then I had to say, yes, okay, I'm doing music, I want to do music. This first album we were trying it and it worked. So with the last album, I was really conscious about the project and that I really wanted to do music.
And do you agree when they tell you that you have this black voice or kind of black voice? And in terms of styles, which styles do you feel more comfortable with? Jazz, blue, funk, soul, or a mix of all these styles?
Yeah, I really like all kind of music. I have to say that I'm really fan of classical jazz music, but I almost really like soul and blues and folk music. I really like American music.
Okay, actually, your music right now is mostly in English. Tell us about you. I know you had a collaboration with someone who is really, really important for you, and it really marked your career. I'm talking about Jolie Damper. Okay, so tell us about this experience and why was it so important for your career?
This is an electronic project that I'm with. We are working together. Jolie Damper, he's Joan, and he's a composer.
He's from Catalonia, he's a Catalan artist?
He's a composer and a producer, and we are writing together. We released the song at the beginning of the year. It's called Jellyfish Rebirth. And now these days we are working more music, and we think this summer maybe we'll show you something more. We've done some concerts together, but then COVID came. Yeah. But we are working in new stuff too. And it's so different if you compare it to what I'm doing in my project. So for me, it's so cool to play with music in other styles that I really enjoy too.
Mm-hmm. What are you planning for this year? What projects do you have in mind? I know you also started, apart from music, you love journalism. So you love writing, and that's why you started this degree, the degree of journalism. You're in your second year, right? So apart from that, what other projects do you have in mind?
I'm studying because I really enjoy writing and photography, but in my music career, which is the most important part of my life, which is what I am, I'm working in my new album that I don't know when I will release it. Is
it also going to be in English?
I think so, but I have enjoyed the Catalan songs, so I'm thinking about that because people want to hear me in Catalan too. And yeah, so I'm planning and I'm working with my new album in my project, and we are working together with Jolly Damper, so we will release music too.
Okay, hopefully soon enough.
Yeah.
And tell us about the song you're going to sing for us today. It's called Time. It is about what?
It is about trying to enjoying life and time, because sometimes we forget about that, and it's so important, the little moments.
The little moments with Paula Valls. Thank you so much, Paula.
Thank you.
And good luck with everything.
Thank you.
And after that musical performance, it's time to play Guess What? Our unique TV quiz with Sergi Cervera.
Time is a desert, cold. Time, I'm still looking. We need to talk, and I'm moving slow. Keeps me saying you need to go. My face is the limits from yes to no, and I'm moving slow, and I'm moving slow. Could you stay more time and stop this train? Slow dance to get right in this place, and if it goes away, promise you'll stay. Just keep trying. Many birds to see the land, and in case I lose them, I write it down, and strain. Slow and still get right in this place. And if it goes away, promise me you'll stay. Just keep trying. Just keep trying. Just keep trying.
Welcome back to the Weekly Mag. Get ready to test your wits with the weird rounds organized by our quizmaster, Sergi Cervera. Hello,
Yes,
Sergi.
hello Marcella. Welcome to Guess What? The TV quiz show which has silly questions for intelligent contestants. No other quiz is so funny, right? Well, except a quiz with intelligent questions and silly contestants, which sometimes, I'm just saying this, sometimes, sorry.
As for today's guest contestant, we are so glad to have with us the musician and music video director, Paul Fuentes.
Hi.
Hello, Paul.
Hi, pleased to be here with you.
Paul Fuentes is currently presenting his third album, Saturn Negra, a conceptual work about an amateur astronomer who wakes up every day in a different period of his life. Well, I suppose, Paul, that's quite an amazing feat of the imagination. We have the album here, looks really, really good. So tell us, how did you come up with this idea?
Because I really have such fantasy. I really want to live my life in a shuffle order instead of a straightforward order. And the spark that ignited this thought is my son. He makes me remember forgotten things, and at the same time, he makes me think about the future with a different point of view.
Really interesting. And also, the album is a board game, right?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
We have these cards here inside, so it's really fun as well.
Thank you.
We could make it be part of the quiz, of today's quiz.
Exactly, exactly. Well,
We're
not today's, but maybe another time.
Right, absolutely. All right, well, to be totally honest, I've known Paul for some 20 years, so sorry, Paul, to betray our friendship, but I didn't warn you that today you would wake up to face the great Patricia Scalona, defending champion, and the fantastic Dr. Matthew Murtha. I say fantastic only because the script says so. Well, let's start with the videos and the round that's called What Are They Talking About?
Exactly, we are going to see a very short video with the different people describing something, just something. You have to guess and write down what they are talking about on the blackboard. I'm talking about 1 or 2 words.
And remember, there is 1 point for every right answer, okay? So let's watch the first video.
Like happy, taxi.
It's very bright.
Also related to the sun, chicken.
Famously, it's bad luck.
You can find it in flowers.
Submarine.
Okay, you know, sometimes it's hard with the mask and looking at your faces. Okay, so we're gonna help you out. Some of them had mentioned submarine. Some others had mentioned the sun. Some others had mentioned brightness. And there is this guy that just mentioned that this thing you have to describe might bring you bad luck. There we go. Ready? You have to write something, man. I'm just killing time, you know? Exactly. Keep it safe, Paul. Keep it safe.
Don't call me.
So 3, 2, 1, show them to me. Glass, sailors, and yellow. And that means that
right.
The winner is Patricia. The yellow color.
They could be yellow sailors.
Yellow sailors, yeah, of course,
yellow
and
glass.
yellow glass, absolutely.
Well, it was a bit difficult.
It was a bit difficult. So this is just to warm up. So let's move forward, and now for the second video, what are they talking about? Or should I say, who?
Crazy Bad Genius, who has a house in Cadaqués.
He was famously a polyamorous.
eccentric, painter.
He was a bit crazy with his art pieces.
The big mustache.
Okay, eccentric, has a house in Cadaqués, crazy, a painter. What can it be? All right?
Who can
Matthew,
it
you know
be?
you have to play and answer.
Who can it be?
Who can
Actually.
it be? Exactly.
So a
Who
famous
can it be?
person with a weird mustache and used to paint? Okay.
There you go.
Oh God, no!
So, yeah!
This is outrageous. Okay.
He was a painter.
What about
crazy
Paul?
mustache with a
and
house in Cadaqués.
Paul, Dali, and Dali.
Cadaqués
okay.
is in Austria, right?
Well done for Paul and
Exactly.
Patricia.
Well done for Paul and Patricia. The only thing that
course,
made your
yeah.
answer incorrect, Matthew, was the Cadaqués house. Let's move forward. And now for the third definition, check it out.
This is one of the biggest feats of engineering of throughout history of mankind.
Something representative from a country, in that case, France.
Beautiful, a little rusty.
That's a wonder.
A lot of stairs, too many stairs.
It was built for an expo, I can't remember what year.
It was going to be dismantled, but it's still there.
And it required thousands and thousands of workers. Lots of people died doing it.
Lots of people died during it. Piece of engineering. Wonder, representative of a country. Okay. To be honest,
Lots
I'm
of steps,
scared.
people died.
Ready? A lot of people died. Show them to me. Great Pyramid.
Okay.
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower, and
You own us points from the last week, man.
I'm trying to make up for it here.
You should change it.
Great, because I don't know if you've seen it. They're not so great.
Right.
Exactly.
They're not so great. A big pile of
Well, again, Paul and Patricia are right. Of course, we are talking about the Eiffel Tower, and I would like to ask you if you've been there, and if you have you taken the lift or the stairs?
I have. I haven't. I mean,
I haven't. I've been there. I haven't taken
I've got
the stair.
vertigo, so it's like any height makes me really nervous. So no,
Skydiving.
I haven't.
Skydiving is the way to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
over it.
no, not really.
I climbed to the second floor through the stairs, but I want to talk about the Eiffel bridges we have here. Train Eiffel bridges. We have Eiffel's jewels here.
I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, in Culera. You know Culera?
In Culera, yes,
In
yes. I've been
Culera,
there,
and
yeah.
also one in Girona, right in the center.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we have a bridge on the Oñar River.
No, you're
in,
not.
in
You
Girona.
didn't win. You're not
I
allowed
see
to
the
talk.
Eiffel Tower every year when I go to Las Vegas. I think I should be able to.
You read my mind. I was going to say that you deserve at least some credit because there is a connection between the Great Pyramid and the Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
So,
if you guys don't know, Eiffel designed the Great Pyramids of Las Vegas.
yeah, everyone knows that. Yeah, Las Vegas. Yeah, exactly. All right, so now for the fourth video. And again, it seems it's about a who, not a what. So pay attention.
A warrior?
A powerful woman.
A superhero, and not the common ones.
She has a whip.
Empowerment, marketing.
Gal Gadot.
She's a bit like Superman, but better.
A bit like Superman, but better. I
Witty,
like this
right? I
definition.
heard witty, intelligent, beautiful.
They didn't say that, but it's included, yeah. So
They
we
said it
can
with their
assume
eyes.
that, yeah.
Okay.
They said a whip. That's
Oh,
important.
whip.
That's an
So
important
let's see.
feature. So get ready, 3, 2, 1. Show them to me. Don't say Adolf Hitler again. Yeah.
Right? Super intelligent, beautiful, strong.
Can I change my answer?
You got it somewhere.
You say. I was
Are you talking
biting
about
my
the
tongue.
TV series?
No, I'm talking about our wonderful and talented hostess.
Marcello, that deserves a point. That deserves a point.
Thank you so
Chocolates.
much, Matthew. I'm flattered, but this is not the right answer. Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman.
Wonder
Again,
Woman.
Paul
You're
and
not wrong.
Patricia are right. Exactly.
And I am taking away the point that I promised to you for that answer. but
Right. And we have one last video.
one last video. Now for the fifth and last question. Here we go.
People usually go there in summer, where all animals live and where the most beautiful things in nature you can find.
Oh, blue.
Beachside, sand, and boats.
Happiness,
Most of it is unexplored as of yet,
freedom.
and I like to swim in it.
I'm scared now what you are gonna answer.
He just said it, actually. He said what?
I'm scared.
And that was
I'm scared. We both are scared. No, we're pretending not to listen.
Did that guy say the most beautiful chickens? Because I know an island where the most beautiful chickens are, but...
No, he has not.
That's not what he said.
Write something, for Christ's sake.
Matthew is really inspired today.
I mean, really, who found it?
We needed some people. He was walking on the streets. We thought that it could be fun because he spoke English.
Yeah,
but
you guys left the door open.
All right,
it was
guys,
warm.
ready? And show the answers now.
The land of free.
Sea, ocean. Very well done for Paul
I
and
just misspelled it.
Patricia. And I don't know what.
I got some of the letters.
I quit.
Yeah. Well, don't quit yet. Don't quit yet. We need to finish.
You see it.
Yeah,
Just a little tweak.
See it.
Nice try, Matthew, but
Still no.
I think. Would you give him the point?
I'm tempted.
I don't need your points.
Okay.
I got points at home.
I feel generous today. Point to the three of you. Let's take that as a right answer. You see.
You see.
Okay.
Okay, so the score is.
The score is Patricia is ahead with 5 points, Paul is right behind with 4 points, and Matthew is 0 points, but we feel generous today, so let's say that you have 1 point.
All right.
Okay.
So watch out.
You like to swing on the United States. What can we do about it? Everyone likes what everyone likes. Okay.
Land of the sea.
Let's move on to our second round and raise the stakes. A speech challenge about what you don't have. Wisdom.
Well, while you get ready, let's watch our second language tip. We're all familiar with the word bit, a word so common in English that it is present in quite a few idioms. So let's discover some of them in the following video.
Hey, so in English, we use the word bit quite often. We might say, I was a bit angry, I was a bit sad, I was a bit hungry. I'm going to give you some expressions with the word bit, some idioms, expressions that you can use that might be a little bit different. A bit of a. Now, when something is a bit of something, it means it's not really that serious or important. So you might have a cut in your hand and somebody say, hey man, what happened to your hand? You say, yeah, had a bit of an accident in the kitchen, chopping carrots, for example. The next one is not a bit, and not a bit means absolutely not. So you have an exam coming up, your friend says to you, hey, are you nervous about the exam? You go, not a bit. I got all this under control. You also might do your bit, okay? And to do your bit is to contribute something to a cause or to something. So you say, I do my bit for the environment by recycling, separating the glass from the plastic, etc., etc. Now be careful with the word bit, because in the UK, if you use the plural bits, it can mean genitalia, as in the plural. So you might say, or see a picture of Adam and Eve and say, hey look, Adam and Eve have a leaf that covers their bits. Well, I hope you learned a little bit today.
Okay, time for our second round. 2 points for every right answer. The speech challenge.
Okay, well, today we are after Proverbs. We are going to read out, or rather misread, popular English proverbs to each one of you because one word will be wrong. Okay, so all you have to do is guess the correct word.
Okay? This is your moment to get better.
So this one is for Patricia. We start with Patricia. Where's a drill, there's a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly. Where there's a will, there's a way.
2 points for you, Patricia.
Right.
There are going to be a few ones like funny as those ones. Okay, Paul, that goes to you. Don't eat a book by its cover.
Don't judge.
There you go! There you go! Points to you,
Right.
Paul.
All right, Matthew.
All right.
Better safe than safari.
You cannot
Just-
humor
you
your way
cannot-
out of this
not
one.
know this.
But I
Just
think it's true. As a Mac user, I've used.
Answer! Just answer!
Okay, I'm sorry.
Better safe than safari.
That what you
Better-
just said.
Better Google Chrome than Safari?
Come on,
Let
please.
us give you some points at
Okay,
least.
better safe than sorry. Okay, well.
Okay.
But have you tried Safari? It's terrible.
Well, it's a different question.
Yeah,
okay,
it's a
we're in the
different
speed
matter.
challenge, so
Let's
be
go
honest.
on,
Patricia,
yes.
we're going to you.
Okay.
Here we go. A rolling stone gathers no satisfaction.
I have no idea what the saying
No
is.
idea? 3,
Really?
2... No, this is not correct. Moss. A rolling stone gathers no moss. So, point goes to no one.
Okay.
Right, okay, this one is for Paul. Strike while the iron is snot.
What?
Strike while the iron is...
It's hot.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly, very well done. Beautiful. Matthew?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So, if you scratch my car, I'll scratch yours.
Did it get warm in here?
Yeah, yeah. I'm talking about an
Let's
issue
see
that
what
we
he
had
comes up with.
before. Go for it. If you scratch my...
It rhymes with rock.
Matthew!
Matthew.
Itch. Scratch my itch.
If you scratch my back,
Oh my
Oh.
God.
I'll scratch yours.
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Okay, well, anyway,
You tried.
Proverbs.
The important thing is you
Okay.
tried.
Yeah, okay.
Next round.
We continue with Patricia. Monocle is in the eye of the beholder.
That's a good one, right?
Monocle. The
Not wrong.
beauty is in
Beauty.
the eye of the
Excellent.
beholder.
There you go.
Excellent. Very well done for Patricia.
Paul, that goes to you. Learn to steal before you run. Learn to steal before you run.
And learn to run before you steal? No.
No, that's not correct.
Where did you
Learn
grow
to walk before you run.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Okay, Matthew. Better late than clever.
That's what I've been saying
Yeah,
my whole
exactly.
life.
That's
We
what
know,
we
My
do.
whole
we know.
life.
That's why this one is
All
for
right.
you.
Better late than Safari.
Come on.
Sorry. Better late than sorry. Better late than never?
Better
Better late
than
than never.
Than never.
Okay, and that
Wow.
goes to you again.
Okay,
Better late
good
than
one.
never.
And my answer was.
Exactly.
Are you
Patricia,
welcome?
don't bite off more than you can spit.
That would be a really wise one.
That will
but
be a
it's- but it's
yeah.
stew, actually.
That is correct. Points to
Okay,
you,
then you
Patricia.
can chew or eat, no?
Exactly.
And a very easy one for Paul. A garlic a day keeps the doctor away.
An apple.
An apple a day, that's
Yeah.
right.
And the last one, that goes for you, Matthew. Money makes the heart grow fonder.
Did you say the hog?
The heart.
The heart.
Don't mess with my accent.
Money makes the heart grow fonder. No, that's not true. Money makes the heart grow colder.
But maybe.
Oh, right. It's not money. Distance. Distance makes the heart
Yes,
grow
or
fonder.
Or absence, but let's count it as a
Okay.
Yeah, let's count it as the right one.
We should call this the
Excellent.
charity round.
excellent. Very well done.
All your
of you.
collaboration in the show is the charity round.
My whole appearance here.
Very well done. Do you have any favorite proverbs?
Money
Proverbs
makes
you
the
like
world go round.
you use on a normal basis?
My favorite is that life is like a box of chocolates. It'll give you diabetes and then you die.
Okay, I don't know about the second
My
one,
mother
but
used to tell me
You
that all
fit
the
with the
time.
character,
yeah,
sir.
the
You
beginning
fit with
was
the-
good. The beginning was good. Patricia, Paul, do you have any proverbs?
All is fair in love and war. It's simply because it sounds poetic.
Paul, I
like
have to
this.
say that you're impressing our unbeatable Patricia today, because every time
Yeah?
that you make a comment, I see a face that I haven't seen her in a long time, which is like, oh wow, that was wise. Oh wow, that was well said.
Wait, she hasn't heard smart people in a while?
All right, and the score really shows that what's going on here, because Patricia is just ahead with 11 points, but I see a race here because Paul is right behind with 10 points, just 1 point of difference. So let's warm up this competition between you two, and Matthew is just doing his best with 5 charity points.
5 whole points.
Yeah, that you owe us because you own points
That's
from
10
the last
times
show.
what I got last week. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
The score is not set in stone yet because things can change in the third round. Tomorrow is the International Model Language Day, so let's learn a few things about languages with a true or false challenge.
Exactly.
Right?
So we will read some statements about language and you will have to think and work out if they are true or false.
And now for the first fact.
Okay, so it goes like that. There are more native Spanish speakers in the USA than in Spain. True
or false? Show the answers now. True, true, and true.
They're called Cubans.
There's a whole state of them.
Period.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That means that the points goes to all of you. That is correct. Job well done. It's true. According to the Instituto Cervantes, there are 53 million people who speak Spanish in the US. 41 million of them are considered native speakers, while in Spain, with 47 million inhabitants, about 37 million people speak Spanish at home. So, it's true.
Okay, next. There are ATMs in the Vatican where you can withdraw cash in Latin. Well, yeah, why not? Is that true or false?
Show
might be or might be
the
not.
answers now. True, true, and false. And that means that you both got the points and he didn't. It's absolutely true. The Instituto per le Opere di Regione, also known as the Bank at the Vatican, has an ATM with instructions also in Latin. By the way, if you want to take out money, you have to click on Deductio ex pecunia. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clever people, are they?
Next one. The word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious comes from the Bible. Is that true or false?
Show the answers now. False.
Oh,
false,
I want to say true.
And false. We all want that to
The
be
Book
true.
of Mary.
But the right answer is you all got the points because it's false. Of course it's false. Yeah. This word, which means extremely good, was created for a song in the Mary Poppins movie. Or so it seems, because some very similar words already existed before that. The oldest is... We all love our screenwriter today. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Wow.
That goes to you, my friend, which appeared in a press article in 1931.
Okay. Right, so can you say the word?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Well done.
Okay, the race is tied. Patricia is ahead with 20 points. Paul is behind with 19 points. It's one of the tightest races I've seen in a while.
Yeah. Getting my
Matthew
skin.
is not doing bad unexpectedly with the third position with 11 points.
Whoa, whoa.
But things can change because the last question will be worth not 3, but 5 points, which is also the number of points you will lose if you get it wrong. So now you better be more conservative. 5. Like 5 points a step.
Because this is one of your favorites.
That's one of my favorites.
Okay,
that's correct.
so it goes like this. The words hungry, puzzle, wasp, and month don't rhyme exactly with any other word. Is that true or false?
Think about it. Just think about it.
Puzzle, wasp, and month.
And
hungry.
Okay, ready, guys? 3, 2, for 5 points. 1. Show your answers now. False, true, and false. And that means Patricia and Matthew got the points.
Oh.
It is false. Puzzle rhymes with very few words like muzzle, but it's true that hungry, wasp, and month don't rhyme with any other English common word, which is dangerous. Just think of what would have become of English language if, as a kid, Shakespeare had persisted in writing a poem about a hungry wasp.
Right, but I'm curious to ask Paul if you normally rhyme the verses of your songs.
Yeah, as you can see,
in this album, for example.
I'm not a good rhymer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So?
Well, in English at least. Maybe.
No, because I tend to focus on the content more than the shape.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes I get obsessed with telling something, and the perfect word sometimes doesn't rhyme, but it has to be this word.
This word.
And in result, sometimes my songs sound more like an essay, but it's okay.
So they are easier to translate in English, I suppose.
Yeah.
Good point, Marcella.
Okay, so Paul has homework to do
Paul
now.
has homework to do, and we've got a winner, people. No one's gonna believe it, but today's winner is Patricia.
I think we should point out the fact that Matthew got a shitload
Oh,
of points.
here we go. She's winning with 25 points. But Matthew got in the very last moment the second position with 16 points. And our today's guest, Paul, who did an amazing job, not like you, Matthew, got the third position with 14 points.
Loser.
Which is very good, okay? So well done, Paul. I hope you had fun, and well, really happy that you could come today, and also that you put some clothes on. And said she knows why.
That is correct. Paul, you didn't expect it to come here without me mentioning the fact that he went to a TV3 show to present his album in a very original way. Once naked, right?
But, yeah.
So what on earth were you thinking about, Paul, and why did you choose those clothes
I
for
wish
today?
just to know if you are happy or unhappy for it.
We're wishing for
we
next
saved
day
the
for you
video.
to come
I
naked.
said we are happy that you could come and that you put some clothes on. So.
No, yeah.
But
I
if you
know
want to
what
come
I mean,
naked,
but okay.
we will respect that
Well,
and accept
anyway,
and embrace it.
You don't need to strip to show your work. Saturn naked, or is it? Sorry, it was Saturn Negra.
What's on your mind now?
Okay, anyway, thank you all for coming to play with us today. The best of luck, Paul. Hope to see you back soon with a song in English, maybe.
And some clothes. Again.
Also, why not? It would be good. Patricia, Matthew, thank you so much. Until next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Until next time, Sergio. Okay, that's all for today. We'll be back next Saturday at 4 p.m. on your local TV station, or you can watch it online as usual. And we'll leave you with the guest word by Mario Serra. Find the solution to the enigma and post it on our social media profiles. The clue is a digital home for a spider. That's 3 letters. And thank you for watching and have a great week. Bye-bye.